What's up, YouTube? I've had tons of people come to me and ask what I teach my apprentices, the people that learn from me in person. How do they grow in a studio compared to, what I teach online, and the basic steps to how to come about that. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining all of that. If you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Brandon from Tattooing 101. And if you are an aspiring artist or wanting to get into the tattoo industry but don't know how, hit that like icon and also sub to the channel where I'm here to help you get to your goal. So with that being said, let's start out with how I hire an apprentice, or a person comes through the door before they're even an apprentice. They have a portfolio. They want me to check it out. I prefer that they have an Instagram account, show that they have some following, be able to understand if they're going to have clients, if I'm gonna have to do everything for them, and having a good artwork background. Now, fake skins are a great plus. If you could prove that you're already kind of understanding tattooing, hygiene, all of those things, that's way less I have to teach you, which means way more of an advantage for me to want to hire you. With that, having some marketing background. So understanding how to use Instagram, how to get likes, comments, some followers. So I don't have to do a ton of work on the background. I could just teach you how to tattoo and it'll help you a ton. So with that, a lot of other artists are gonna feel the same. We don't like to be marketing masters. We just like to tattoo, throw it online, and hopefully it gets us clients. Realistically, in real life, that doesn't really work. So do your research if you're trying to get into a studio, get these things locked down, and then you could prove that you have something to give to the shop other than them just giving it to you. Now, after you're hired, the main things we're gonna focus on is going to be being able to draw for a tattoo. This is one of the main things you need to learn because it's different than drawing any other style. So drawing with the flow of the body, understanding what direction all of the tattoos need to go, on the side of the body facing forward, on the front or back of the body facing inward. Next thing is going to be sanitation. You want to make sure if you're working in a studio that you understand all these things so you can safely and effectively do a tattoo without any bio issues. Learning how to clean up your station, set up in an effective way to where you're not going to hurt someone or put someone in danger with you tattooing. So these are the main things I start out focusing on whenever I do get an apprentice. Then they'll start to set up for me, clean up for me. Now, everyone thinks that, oh, you're just making them do stuff. It's like, the Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, cleaning a car for hours. And it is that. It is having you do something until you can't do it wrong because it'll cause less stress in the future. Your first tattoo is going to be super stressful. You're not going to understand what to do. Everything that you've thought about goes out the window. So if you've done that 100 times before your first tattoo, you don't even think about it anymore. It comes second nature. It's like driving, right? You're driving on the road and then you get home and you're like, oh, I don't know how I got here. Same idea. If you do something that many times, you don't even have to think about it anymore. So that's why I do the things I do. Now, there's other people out there. Yes, there are tattoo studios that have gone way above and overboard using their apprentices for terrible things and lashing out to them, all sorts of stuff. But there are still some good things to learn from kind of things that I've learned doing my apprenticeship. And I'm not keeping them in there because I feel like it needs to be in there for a rite of passage or anything. It actually is beneficial. And I wanted to make sure of that before teaching anyone in the future. After that, there's a perfect framework that we have set up on the Artist Accelerator program and the private coaching program. So that is realistically what I've used for the past 3 years whenever getting into an apprentice in person. So we have what stuff they have to draw every day, what practice to work on, starting out with line work, doing different designs, all of those things, then getting into shading, focusing only on fake skins for the first couple of months. Now, this completely depends on the person. I don't have everyone like it used to be. You can't touch a tattoo machine for the first year. If you get into the studio, you can start practicing on fake skin right away when you have an understanding of basic how to run the machine, how to be sterile, all those things. Now, sterile, I know, technically speaking, sanitary and sterile are completely different. I understand. For this video, I'm not gonna go into that, but for fake skins, it's still good to practice how you would on an actual client, right? All of the things that you would do on an actual client, you want to do when you're practicing, same basic memory of if you do it, you'll do it the same. So once you kind of get an understanding of how they're going to work, where they're at, then you could really kind of understand how long it's going to take them to get onto that first client. Maybe a month, maybe 3 months, could be 6 months. If it takes longer than that, then realistically, you should probably find a different teacher. Maybe talk to them or try to see if there's anything you could do differently to get to that step a little bit further, because that is a lot of time to be not making any money. So that's the basics of what I teach my apprentices, the perfect things when it comes to lining, like needle depth or hand stability, using 3 points of contact, also having the ability to work on different areas of the body and understanding different skin types. This comes with practice. This comes with knowledge and time behind the machine. It's not something I can just sit there in a classroom and just tell you. That's why feedback in the Arts Accelerator program is so important. Taking videos, me looking at your tattoos, me showing you how to do things so you understand and can implement them in your next tattoo to get better. And the last point I want to say is everyone wants to do color. Now, with any of my apprentices coming through, I made them start with black and gray. If you can't do line work and shading almost perfectly without any issues, there's no reason for you to be touching color. That is one thing that I stay true with anyone I'm teaching, because you're going to mess something up. Color is a completely other step in tattooing that takes a lot longer to learn, and there's a lot more issues with healing and saturation and a ton of other stuff that it's not beneficial for you to get into right away. You could make a successful career just doing black and gray tattoos and never touching color in your life. It's so much more expensive to get all the colors you need, everything to be able to do color tattoos, that yes, some people want color tattoos. I'm a color artist, but I still do black and gray mostly in my career. So keep that in mind when you are learning. Focus on the fundamentals than trying to learn everything at once. And that is how and what I teach my apprentices. I hope this was able to help you out along your journey, and I will see you in the next one.